Hello, I want to explain some things about those instruments, the tuning and other stuff. Okay, so let me explain the difference between a Cuatro and a baritone ukulele. There is a catch here. This Cuatro is even shorter by 1 fret of this baritone ukulele. Actually, Cuatro should be, I don't know, 2 frets longer than this. So there is a problem. What is the problem? If I use Cuatro string on this and I want to tune it like Cuatro is tuned, one tone higher than a standard ukulele tuning, that means A, D, F sharp, C from the lower to the highest, so to speak. And there is another problem over there. The strings would be too loose. And it would lose that typical quattro sound that is very cutting. Strings are thin and can be very percussive and bright. You have an instrument that is longer than a baritone ukulele and is tuned higher than a ukulele, and that makes the whole difference. And the tuning of the baritone is D, G, B, E. What did I do? I tuned this half a tone higher than a baritone with baritone tuning. So what's the difference other than the scale in the hardware, so to speak? A Cuatro, as a rule, has a deep body as opposed to a thinner body. Okay? Then there can be baritones with deep bodies or Cuatro with thin bodies, but that's the rule. Other thing, the Cuatro has kind of a pick guard or scratch plate on both sides, and it's not plastic, it's another wood. Third thing, the fretboard is flush with the body, with the top, and there are no, as a rule, frets on the body. I can understand why they cannot put frets. It would touch. There's no wooden surface other than the top itself, and this is very thin. These are the main differences. This, and I tried to use a different ukulele, but it is also longer. Let me check. This is the longest of the three. No, they are more or less the same. So I bought Cuatro strings, yes, by Aquila Cordi Armoniche, but it was loose. Even from this, it's a bit longer. So what I have done, I tuned everything one tone higher, but a tiny bit lower than 2 tones, then 1 tone higher than a regular Cuatro tuning, and 2 tones higher than a standard ukulele tuning. This is 432. This is a quarter of a tone, more or less, lower. It's a problem if you play with an instrument that cannot be fine-tuned, like a piano or a harmonica. Anyway, and that is bright as hell. It has the typical Cuatro sound, only a little bit higher. This is kind of one tone higher Cuatro. That it's explained by the fact that this neck is not as long as a regular Cuatro neck, but the feel is that of a Cuatro, completely different from the feel of a baritone ukulele. Which one I like better? Horses for courses. Generally speaking, for my kind of playing, because I know it better, because many songs, this is magical. But the Cuatro has this attack, this brightness, this rhythmic push that this doesn't have. This is also the problem of transposing two tones, and everything becomes kind of different keys. So I usually, since I sing, I transpose one tone, 1.5 tone lower. It depends on the key. Who the hell is that? Okay, so if you like a Cuatro, buy you cannot find, I would like to find a real Cuatro with a long neck. Difficult to come by in Rome unless you know people from Venezuela, and I don't. I watched some videos about the Cuatro. I understand 90% of what they say in Spanish. It's very close to Italian, and the more you listen to it, the more you understand. Not everything, obviously, because I never studied, I never practiced whatever Spanish, but you know, I have a kind of passive comprehension of the language, and I studied Portuguese, so Portuguese is in a way closer to Spanish than Italian is. Many words are just the same with a different accent, different pronunciation. So I'd say chord shapes are the same. The gap, distance between in pitch between the strings is just the same. That's why you can, a Cuatro player could immediately play an ukulele tune one tone higher, and if it transposes, it can play with any ukulele. Obviously, it would find himself in a sea of mellowness when with the Cuatro. The thing with the Cuatro, it has a reentrant tuning, but on the first. So the two extreme strings are 1 octave higher than on a ukulele with a reentrant tuning. So this is Cambur Pintin. There's something in this Cambur Pintin. There's Cambur Pinton. Cambur Pinton. That's the way you say it, like my dog is fleas on the ukulele. Oh, this wasn't there. Very strange. Yes, I cut it myself. It's even. You can see it was cut. I'm not a good luthier. I don't know if I have this in. I don't understand if it's plastic or not. This looks plastic. This, I don't know. Anyway, the sound is quite good. The looks is without this. I'm growing. It's growing on me this kind of Picard. There was no coin here. There was a tassel. I obviously changed the strings. There's a rope binding here, kind of. So for the price, it's unbeatable. 130 for a solid spruce top. It's a solid top. All of three. Look at the difference between a new and almost 10-year-old spruce top. It was like this. It was like this when I got it. Obviously, it was hanging in the room where it's light. Not direct light, but it was light. So I don't know if it will stop getting kind of orange from yellow to orange. That's the beauty of some wood. They change color. I have an instrument that has a walnut back inside. It underwent the opposite. It went lighter. This laminated mahogany is light. The color is not that it's light. Okay, end of the conference.